Aha, the stream is live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Adventure on So Many Levels. I had to look at the right part of the screen where the camera is. We're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Yay! Und
Woo!
die.
Yes, after a few technical difficulties due to our traveling correspondent, we're at last ready to play D&D again for a first time in a little bit. This is So Many Levels. I'm Christiana Ellis. I'm the Dungeon Master. Our players tonight, Mark Kilfoyle as Vertigo.
I have a very bad feeling about this, but then again, that's been persistent lately.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Starla Hatchton as Carolina Swift.
Hello, friends.
Jenny Meltzer as Zeline.
Hey ho.
And Paul Fisher as Zinhorn Windborn.
Good evening.
So, when last we left our heroes, the Pocket Protectors on the magical island of Dinuther are now aware that their old frenemy Percival Cankers seems to have used the Titan artifact known as the Pillar to do something that resulted in the magical shield protecting Dinuther and protecting the rest of the world from Dinuther has now dropped, and reality is tearing open, and all sorts of monsters are coming through from the plane of chaos. Also, apparently, the cult that worships the pillar has decided that all of this means that they need to blow up the world. So you decided to infiltrate their fortress to try to stop them from doing that. You discovered them locked in combat with some of these extraplanar monsters, but you, after fighting a few of them, decided that you had some urgent tasks. So you braved various traps to find, first, the base's primary power supply, which you turned off, which means all of the lights and power doors and elevators and such of this facility are currently not operational, which also had the effect of alerting everyone else in the base that someone's doing something where the power generator is. And then you moved on to this room where we find you now, where there are 3 auxiliary power generators. You know that those are what supplies power to the arcane core, which is what is going to power this enormous super weapon. You've been told that what you need to do is to shut down these 3 power generators and then to destroy the arcane core. You have to do it in that order because otherwise, a super weapon is capable of blowing up the island and big chunks of the rest of the world. It doesn't like it when it's powered up and you just break it. So you have to shut it down first, then break it. But you have reason to believe that some of the Pillarines are going to come try to stop you. So, as we left you, you are currently in a dead end with these power generators. Completing the shutdown process is slow, but to speed it up as much as possible, you need 1 person on each of the 3 generators. And it requires kind of constant attention as you lower the power supply very slowly. The door immediately to the west, which goes to the next room, is still operational as a regular door because the room you're in has power. The doors past that are currently closed and have no power, but you have been able to force them open. They've currently been forced back closed, but anyone else could presumably force them open again with enough strength. So what you have now is a little bit of time, you're not sure how much, where at least 3 of you need to be working on slowing down, shutting down the power, while the rest of you can do whatever else you like to prepare for the fact that the Pillarines are probably going to come try to stop you. Pocket Protectors, what would you like to do?
You guys do that. If anyone comes through those doors, I'm gonna slow them down. really, really slow him down.
Well, we could magically seal the door so that no one can easily get through in the first place.
Okay, why don't you start with that? And if they get through, then I'll put the blade barrier all the way down the corridor at a slight angle so they can't get past it.
That would also be very effective.
Yep.
Let's see.
Also probably reduce the generator in the middle of that room uh, into a whole lot of nothing.
Let me look at blade barrier, see if that's how it works. But I'll take a look. Maybe we'll see.
So we're agreed this time is the time to lock the door?
Is everybody in?
Yep. Yep. I'm agreed.
All right.
I mean, if
Solomonia, I could use a hand here. And he'll call upon the gift of Solomonia. His
All right.
eyes flash white, and he'll cast Arcane Lock on the door.
Okay.
Which door? There's three of them.
There's only one door into this room.
Yeah.
So it'll be
Right. Yeah. Well, that one can open and close right now, but
not anymore.
okay.
Well, so that is the question, though, right? Because there are other doors that you could choose to be the one that you cast Arcane Lock on. It's just a
Right.
question of
right. I shut the other two. I'm gonna recommend that you do it on the middle
This one,
door.
or
The middle door.
hmm.
If you do it on the middle door, it means we don't have to open it again for you to do it on the left-hand door.
I'm going to say that both of the doors from this little short corridor there, both of those doors work.
Okay.
Yeah. So the ones that are have no power are the ones on the other side of the primary generator, and the one on the far side of those stairs.
Okay. I'm gonna say do it on the left side, and then you take my place at generator number 3, and I'll be ready to cast Blade Barrier. And let's see if I
Well,
can.
regardless of which door it is, we'll still have to open it later to get out of here.
Um,
Although, does your wand have more charges?
It does, but if I can't see where the other portal is going, that's a problem.
Well, if you went down the corridor, opened all the doors, set one end of the portal, and then look back and set the other, say, in this room, it would allow us to skip through that entire area, which is dangerously narrow.
Because I can suppress portals. That is actually a very good idea.
Thank you.
how do I erase that?
You need to select it with the arrow tool. I can do that for you if you like. Were you trying to draw something
I
or
was,
just
I was
measures?
trying to draw the diagonal line where I expect that I would put the
Okay. I mean, I can delete that one if you want me to.
yeah, but I mean, yeah. I'm trying to learn how to delete things and not
Okay.
just leave stuff on the map for other people to clean up.
Okay.
So, furthermore, the arcane lock can be opened without being disrupted. So, here's another further suggestion. You can put a portal in this room and one on the outside, suppressing it so nobody gets in. Then, as we're ready to go, we open up the door and you open up the portal. They come through the portal and we close the door behind us, locking them in that room.
What? Sorry. Where do you want me to put it? Just
Well,
show
if
me where.
there's one portal outside in the large area and one on the
Mhm.
inside where we are, we could, well, we could use it as an escape, or we can use it as a trap. Also, things can be thrown into the hole, can't they? So once the hole is
Yes.
in there, if we lock one of these doors, say this closest one with arcane lock, We can still get out, but I can leave it locked behind us, locking them in.
Okay. Well, for the exit portal, though, we don't have to necessarily put it like we have, what is it, 1,500 feet, I think, to play with. Yeah, 1,500 feet.
Well, you have to
So,
see the
I
end,
mean,
right?
I could technically put it back right by the elevator we came in on.
But you have to see it, don't you?
Well, we have a minute now, so I
You
could
don't know how long you
theoretically.
have.
Okay.
Remember,
Well,
remember
let's not make it too complicated
the
then.
thing that would alert them to you has already happened. It happened before you entered this room.
Okay.
My thought is that if we're going to have to fight and make a stand, I'd rather do it in a big room where we have some maneuverability than these narrow hallways.
Right. Um, did we do anything about that shiny thing that's
The power should be off to it now.
Right.
okay. All
Shutting
right.
off the power is what basically freed you from the thrall of that thing.
Okay. So we're putting the portal here and then inside this room. Yes.
I think that would make sense. Again, we can use it as an exit if they've got us all the way to the door, or we can start to come out, let them come through the portal, end up in that room locked in. We might be able to taunt them through the portal, I suppose. You can see through it or not.
Yes.
I think so.
It's basically like a hole in space.
Just like in the movie, right?
Yes.
I was thinking Portal, the
Yeah.
game.
Well, it's like that too, but
Same thing.
certainly the little portal thing that they've got from in the D&D movie is works very similarly to the
Oh,
one
yeah.
you've got here. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So I will put one portal, I think. Um
So you would probably need some assistance to go back out there because where things stand right now is that Zinhorn had closed those powerless doors behind you. So you could reopen them, hazarding a guess that they won't be able to get to you in this amount of time. In the
All right.
meantime, is anyone working on shutting down the power or?
I'm doing that.
Okay.
All right.
And I don't need to do the arcane lock just yet. So
So I'll
Alright.
put the portal there and then I think probably just on this on the wall, I think. So then we can because we're gonna have to climb up if we want to put it on the floor. So like I don't know how that's just it's very challenging to think in those dimensions.
You need to
I'm,
think with
I'm not good
portals.
at spatial relations anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like in the video game Portal. If you have enough, like, if you try to move in slowly, as soon as you're on the other side, gravity's kind of gonna push you back through. So you'll kind of have to like either move at an angle or with enough velocity that you kind of get some momentum going and can move away. If you're coming out on the floor, I mean, but you can set it up however
Well,
you want. It doesn't
yeah,
have to be on
I'm
the floor.
thinking like because if it's on the wall, we could just like climb through and like push ourselves up. I think that'll work.
Yeah. I mean, sure.
Okay,
So
sure.
so
We'll do that.
did
So
where did you want the other end?
um thinking we'll put one there
Okay.
and then the other one in front of the door, yes? Or
Sure.
do you want it like here?
in front of the door is useful
Okay.
because if someone's
So
standing there, they can fall through. Also, we can use it to peek into that room on occasion, right?
So the
I
other
have to unsuppress it.
so the other end is what was here. Where I'm drawing on the wrong layer.
Yeah, right in front of this last door here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and you want it on the floor?
Yes.
I mean, it doesn't have to be, but you can put it on the floor if you want it there.
Put a rug over it. Says welcome.
All right. Well, if it's suppressed, I think I I think even if it's suppressed, that like someone who had detect magic up would be able to see that there's something there, but otherwise it's invisible.
If they're that smart, then that'll give them pause.
Okay. Clock is ticking. While
Done.
people are doing anything but shut down the power, it is not getting shut down as quickly.
Well, once I have put the portals in place, I'm gonna go back to the panels and start shutting stuff down.
Okay.
Right.
right.
How do we do that?
So basically, I think like what you are doing is you have studied it enough to understand the controls. The issue is essentially just that you need to have the power level be the same for all three, and you can't shut it down like it. And it's basically just kind of like you know you move one from 100% to 99%, then you move the next one to 99%, then you move the next one to 99%, then you go back to the first one and move it to 98%, etc. And so three people there can kind of all do it at the same time, lowering it a little bit at a time. But if it's just one person, they kind of have to keep running between the three consoles.
So there's three of us lowering the power.
Well, you're not. It was you weren't. You were doing something different.
Right, but I went back to lowering the power so that
Well, are you going to leave those doors open?
no.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like you,
Okay.
yeah. So if you're helping with that, um, so again, I'm not measuring it in actual rounds yet. I'm just trying to establish that you guys need to be thinking of this as a ticking clock situation.
Yep.
Okay.
But so as you are, so tell me, you have set up those portals. You were talking about doing a blade barrier, Zinhorn, but I'm assuming you didn't actually cast it yet. Likewise,
not yet.
Arcane Gate has not been cast yet. Is there any other preparations that you've made already, or as opposed to holding in reserve?
Think there's anything specific for me?
No. I think I probably want Buster out of the doorway.
Right. And so you have for all of the powered, the unpowered doors, you have left them closed now. Do you want those lines there? It might be that
No.
only I'm allowed to delete them, but I can
Yeah,
delete them.
I can't find a delete tool.
Okay. So
Uh,
there
I
is
think
no
you-
there is no delete tool. You just select it with the arrow tool from the left-hand toolbar and you hit the delete key. But if you can't do that, then it means I have to. It's fine. But
Yeah,
that's all I'm
I can't
doing.
select it.
Okay, it's fine. Doesn't matter. Just
Okay.
okay.
Oh,
So
and because it lasts for a long time, I will put the arcane lock on that inner door.
okay.
Everybody has the password.
Password is get me out of here. You gotta keep it easy.
All right. Are you? Let's see. There's no difference in what level you cast it with. It's just the same, right?
And it's also Solomonian's gifts. Solomonian's gifts. I don't know if I get a choice of levels.
Well, I was just looking at the spell. I don't think it makes any difference which level slot you do it at.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any difference.
Does that expend a slot? I can never remember. It's been a while.
I think what her gift was is that it would let you choose
Without
to
a spell
cast
slot.
Okay, well, yeah, if it says that, then there you go.
Yeah.
All right. So, and what Arcane Lock does mechanically is that it increases the DC to open it by 10 from whatever it would have been. Which right now, all it would have been is you just walk up to it and it opens. So it will at least be initially locked and it will take some doing. All right. So you're working on lowering that power. I think that you all are feeling as you do it. You're watching the power levels decrease and decrease as you lower them, but I think you start to feel sort of a psychic pressure starting to come near. And in your head, you all hear, "Cease this futile meddling. The mortal experiment has failed. No more will they be allowed to defile the divine purity of the pillar. Surrender and die in peace."
All I
Who
want to say
first?
back, all I want to say back to it is your mom has failed.
Oh, there's cutting words or
Do you say that back?
Sure.
I'm sure that gets a chuckle from
She
us.
did
Literally
her
trying to kill us.
best.
So
But yes, you feel that all in your heads, like all of you do.
2, 3, 4. Okay.
And I'll say, as of right now, we're basically going to start initiative. I have initiative track on here from before, but you can. I think we're going to re-roll at this point. So, so go ahead and all of you, please roll initiative. And I'm going to say, as we roll initiative right now, there are 2 rounds worth of all 3 of you needing to lower the power. So we need 3 actions for 2 full rounds in order to have the power all the way turned off.
Uh-oh. D&D Beyond just disappeared for me when I tried to reload the page. I'll be a moment.
Okay.
I know it's a +2, so I'll just roll.
I see just a typed in 6 for Jenny. Do you want me to enter that for you?
I can enter it. It's just for some reason my Beyond 20 is not connecting.
That's fine. Like I can do whatever you need.
Okay.
well, if she got a 6, that means we've tied. So
Yeah. So who has the higher dex?
I think
I have a +3. I have a 16.
yeah, it's you. I have only a +2.
Okay.
Yeah, Buster beats me as well.
Okay.
Hmm.
Sorry, who did we say beats between Carolina and Celine?
Carolina.
Okay. 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 So, as this first initiative round begins, what is Buster doing? I
A
mean, what do you
decisive
have
leader.
him doing? You have him just like waiting, ready?
Waiting, ready. Actually, yeah. Yeah. Surprise. For whoever comes through that door.
Okay.
Um,
He's going to attack whoever comes in the door.
um,
Yeah?
yeah, okay.
I mean,
Um,
you tell me.
I don't know. All right. He's gonna wait for me to tell him to do something.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So Zinhorn, what are you doing?
I don't have any. I'm working on lowering the power.
Okay. Vertigo, what are you doing?
Working on lowering the power for now.
Okay. So only 3 of you per round can do it, right? Like having a 4th person doesn't make any difference. But so we've got Zinhorn and Vertigo so far. I need to have whoever's working on lowering the power needs to be on the north side of one of those generators, because that's where the console is. Carolina, what are you doing?
Well, since I set the portals, I'm working on the power.
Okay. So
Lowering
that
power.
means, Zaleen, you are the last. So that sounds like we've got 3 people on the consoles already.
I'm gonna do my nails.
All right.
I mean,
Um,
if I die, I want them to look good.
yeah. I think I'm going to move your token because I think that's where Vertigo needs to be.
Yeah, I was
Um,
just gonna move
yeah,
it.
sure. All right. So, um, we've got one round here of, a full round of 3 people working on it. And then you're hearing, well, let's see, I'm not sure if you would hear anything necessarily. Um, uh, yeah, you guys are busy. I don't think you hear anything yet in that round. Um, all right, and then so we're in the next round. I know that doesn't seem like much yet, but Buster's still waiting, I assume.
Yep, but
Okay.
Buster's still waiting.
All right. So I think that I'm going to assume that Zinhorn, Vertigo, and Carolina continue. All
Well,
right.
I have a question about
Yeah.
that psychic pressure we were feeling.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like there is some sort of invasive mental pressure going
Well,
on.
it's what it feels like right now is just sort of an aura, right? Like when you were fighting some of these Pillarines before, you were aware that some of them seems to have powerful psychic abilities of some
Mm.
kind. And you are gathering now with this feeling. It's like it is just getting a little bit of like the goosebumps feeling, right? Like you are gathering that someone even more powerful than the ones you saw is approaching.
Zaleen, can you take over for me? I have a bad feeling about this, and I want to try to do something.
Okay. If I need
And
to
uh, he'll move out of the way, look at his friends, kind of grimace a little bit because never quite sure what to do about what do you do about a problem called Buster?
Mm.
Um, but rather than using his top level spell, he used one below that, and at 6th level, cast Intellect Fortress on all of us.
Oh.
Actually, if I do it at 5th level, it leaves out Buster.
Okay.
Oh no, sorry, it is 6th level for +3. Sorry, I was reading that wrong. Too small a font.
Okay.
Um,
That's a good spell in this circumstance. Tell us what it does.
so it does a couple of things. For the duration, it's up to 1 hour. It is concentration.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody who's affected by it has resistance to psychic damage and advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws.
How does that work if I already have psychic resistance?
Um,
Is it just like
there are
not
some
affected?
times that it can become immunity instead of resistance, but usually it will say that. I think in this case, you just are getting resistance from 2 sources.
And the bonus advantage on intelligence, charisma, and
Yeah.
wisdom saving throws. There, that might help us concentrate a little bit more.
All right. I think as Vertigo casts that, you do suddenly feel that pressure lightening from you. Does it also say anything about the creatures cannot speak to you telepathically or anything like that?
No, it doesn't. There's another one which blocks off your
Right.
mind, but that's
Okay.
not this one.
Yeah, Mind Blank definitely does that. I
That's the
couldn't
one, yeah.
remember for this one. Okay. All right. Cool. So, and then I assume Zaleen, you are going to use your.
take over.
Okay. So you all do manage at this point to completely, lower, to turn off the power here. So it's right now these generators are basically just they're running but set to 0 power output. So all it would take would be for someone to tell it to go back on, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
but they are currently, set to 0. And then at the end of this turn, you hear, let's see. Um, Wow. Okay. Oh, hang on. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. You hear the door to this room. You hear the like the motors turn on trying to open it. But the arcane lock is currently preventing it.
All
Um,
right.
so something is now trying to get in, and uh, the voice you hear is muted somewhat compared to before, but it just says, "This is wasted effort. The divine pillar will be freed of the mortal crust which has entombed it. Your efforts will be for naught." Now it's your turn again.
Uh, I think maybe I'm up. You want to switch with me, Nedry? Oh, wait. All of these things are off. We
Yeah.
don't have to stand in front of them anymore. Can we break them?
You can. You can use your action to do that. They do look pretty sturdy. It's not going to be a simple thing as like I hit it once and it's broken.
Well, I do have giant strength,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm gonna pull out my mace and I'm gonna whack it.
Okay. So basically, there's going to be what's called a damage threshold for this, which means if you don't do at least that much, it effectively takes none.
Got it.
And they're very sturdy because they're designed to channel massive amounts of power, but you may go ahead and make your attack.
Okay.
And so it got an armor class essentially too in order to like hit something that's going to even do any damage to it. Wow.
Okay. Natural
Um,
one.
yeah. So I think unfortunately, I think, uh, yeah, I think that you find perhaps just some lingering little bit of this psychic pressure has made you like you flinched your eye line away from it just a little bit for some reason, and your mace kind of crunches against the floor instead.
All right.
Okay. And you didn't tell Buster to do anything different, I'm assuming.
No, I don't know that he's gonna have
Yeah.
that much luck beating up on something
Mm-hmm.
metal.
Right. Okay. Vertigo.
Hmm. These things themselves are very strong and tough, of course, but they're connected to other things. Are those things less strong and tough, like wires or tubes or conduits?
I mean, potentially, but like right now they're built into the floor.
Okay.
Hmm.
I mean, if you want to spend your action investigating, you might
I think
find a
he'll.
place where they are more vulnerable.
I think he will search for vulnerability. Yeah.
Okay. Um, I will go ahead and do an investigation check.
28.
28. Okay. Yeah. I think that you find that there is a panel for each of them on the floor nearby that can be pried up, which takes an action. But once that area is exposed, the wires and conduits there are considerably more vulnerable than the main generator itself. However, I think you will also understand after having gotten a few good investigation rolls on these things that theoretically they could also use the primary power generator to power the arcane core, right? It can't do
Mhm.
both. These were for just the arcane core, and the primary one was for the rest of the base, but they could use the primary one to power the arcane core.
What was the outcome if we weren't careful about balancing the power between the three of these?
There was a risk that you might cause a discharge of some of that energy.
I have an idea. Cut the wires, then crank it up.
Okay. It will require an action to pull open each panel.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Carolina.
So I was going to use Shatter,
Mm-hmm.
but since Vertigo has this other plan, there's 3 panels that need prying up.
Yeah.
I am not strong.
They're not necessarily that difficult to pry up. It's more that it just requires a full action to do it.
Okay. Well, then I guess I'll pry up a panel.
Okay, you'll pry up the one there by the leftmost generator.
Sure.
Okay. Zaleen.
I'm going to copy off of Carolina.
Okay, so the panels are exposed for both the left and the center ones. Inside there are a lot of cables and wires and other sort of mysterious technological accoutrements that look like they are not nearly so armored as the generator itself. And you also suspect that those would not have been safe to try to chop through when the powers were the generators were active, but you've shut them down. Okay, now, once again, we're going to have this character try to get through the door again. And, okay, yeah. At this time, the door flings itself open. And you have, with these various pillarines that you have seen so far, you have noticed that mostly they all look like the changelings in their sort of neutral state. The sort of the gray skin, white eyes, and everything. And so it's like that. And he has the same robes as the others, but his is the fanciest of all. And so the door suddenly flings open. He looks like he just did it with his hands. And he looks to all of you, sees all of you. Let's see. He's going to move to here. And I need Buster and Carolina to make intelligence saving throws. Those of you who are covered by the intellect fortress, make that with advantage.
So this guy's big and buff, then, eh?
Well, he doesn't look. He looks like he might have strength to him, but that physical strength is not necessarily his main thing, right? Like the door, this door was powered, and you kept it from just opening automatically, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he did have to force it, but it's not like it required tremendous strength to do so.
Oh, so he broke the lock spell?
Yes. The lock spell just increases the DC to open a door by 10.
Well, it increases the DC to break the door. And these doors are heavy, so you'd have to break through the metal or break through the locks to actually get through. And if it was heavy for Zinhorn to move, that's why I'm surprised it was so easy for him.
This door wasn't like that. The doors that Zinhorn was having to struggle to move had no power and had to be physically moved. This one has electricity trying to automatically open it, and your lock was keeping it from opening automatically.
Should have chosen another door. Oh well.
Yep.
Hold on, mine's not letting me roll, and I don't know,
Okay, it's just...
like I'm getting this weird green.
Okay, yeah,
thing.
okay.
So yeah.
All right, the Beyond 20 has been having an issue. We don't need to worry about it. We don't need to belabor the point.
My question is,
yes.
I don't remember what the modifier was with the what do I?
It's no modifier. It's just roll it with advantage.
It's just rolling twice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So Buster got a 13, which is going to fail.
No, that's not right.
It rolled 2 d20s with a 17 and a 15. So what is
there's +1, so 18 total.
An 18, unfortunately, is not enough.
Of course, it's not.
So both of you are suddenly going to take psychic damage. However, Lynn, you're going to take half of this because you are resistant to psychic damage. So it would have been 33 psychic damage for you, but it'll be 16 instead. The intellect fortress was on Buster or no?
No.
Okay, so Buster's going to take 33 psychic damage.
Okay. Ow! He's not happy.
Mm-hmm.
Does that count as an attack?
Well, he's not in range.
Um.
So Buster's attack would have to be against either Lynn
Yep.
or Zaleen, but I think he's trained better enough to not do that. But now I need all of you to make a wisdom saving throw. And again, those of you with the intellect fortress make this with advantage. All right. And so basically what happens at this point is he surveys the room and looks at all of you and he says, "Look at me." And
Why is? I'm sorry. This
Beyond
thing-
20 has been having issues. If it's not rolling well, that's okay. Just roll it manually. We don't need to go over it having the problem every time it happens.
This is
I was
15
hoping
plus
that
9 is 24
Okay, well,
for
good.
me and Buster.
So it looks like Vertigo has a 20, which passes saves. Zinhorn saves with a 24. Buster,
Buster got a 15.
that's not going to save. And then Zaleen.
I got a 26.
Okay. Wow, good. That's good rolls for lots of you because probably have an advantage helps. So for the ones who failed, which I guess is just Lynn and Buster, all of a sudden, all of your friends disappear and you are alone in a room with this Pillarine. And so I think for Buster, he cannot see or hear any of the rest of you now. He can only see the enemy.
Okay.
And then same for Lynn. As far as you can tell, all of them just vanished. And that is his turn. It is Buster's turn. I think that he may choose at this point. It seems plausible that he would go try to attack this guy, but he will not be able to follow your commands because he does not see or hear you right now.
Okay.
All right.
So he's going to move up here.
I'm going to bump Lynn out of the way because you're kind of overlapping tokens.
Yep. And he is going to attack.
Mm-hmm. Okay, looks like a 14 for the bite, which is going to miss.
Okay, first claw. Natural 20.
There you go. That certainly will hit. So that looks like 14 total damage.
It says 20 total damage.
Well, because
Oh.
it is figuring in the bludgeoning
Oh,
damage
okay.
as well. So it is
Got
the
it.
10 slashing damage plus 4 slashing critical damage.
Got it.
Yep. So, yep. 14. Oh, shoot. Didn't set this token up right. 220. Minus 14. Okay, so it does slash at him, yeah. And then the other claw. 20 to hit. That will also hit for another 9. All right. And he is slashing at this guy, but the guy seems pretty tough. Okay. That's Buster's turn. Zinhorn.
No, that was, yeah, okay, so it's
Yeah.
my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. So I haven't messed up the wiring on mine yet.
No, your panel is not up yet either. The panels for the left and center ones are up.
Okay, I'm gonna rip the panel up.
Okay. All right. That takes your action. Is there any bonus action or anything else you wanted to do?
Bonus action. Yeah, where is it? Yeah, my spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. That is.
What? What are we waiting on?
I'm trying to figure out what level to cast it at.
Okay.
This doesn't look right. Okay. I am gonna cast it at 5th level.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Okay. What are you attacking with it?
the Pillarine.
Okay. Well, it wasn't obvious because you just
Oh,
opened the panel so
sorry.
that you could access the wires, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So place the weapon where you want and you have it attack the pillarine. But if it's
Yep.
a 15 to hit, then I'm afraid that does not hit.
Okay.
All right. Vertigo, it is your turn.
Hmm. The panels that are open on the other side, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um.
But all three are accessible now.
Yeah. If I can get over there. I think. Yeah, he'll just. They're on the ground. Are they hard to hit? Do you have to be standing over them to hit them, like with a range thing, or?
I think you have to be like on the right side of it. Like you would
Mhm.
have to be, north of the generator. But otherwise, the DC or the armor class rather is just 10. And you have
Okay.
to. I'll just say right now, the AC is 10, and you have to do 10 damage to it.
Okay. Then he'll stand over, gesture to the one that Zaleen opened up, and fire off a firebolt at it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit. And damage. 18 will
18
certainly hit it. Yep.
And 22 points.
Okay. Yeah. So the one that this center one is rendered like it won't be able to be powered back on without repairing those wires.
Okay.
All right. Lynn, you suddenly are alone in a room with this thing, and it's increasingly not feeling like like to even consider it's not feeling like a person in the same way that you or other Dinutherians are. It is just looming large in your vision here, and it feels like you can't look at anything but him.
Well, I don't like it. So I'm gonna pull out the Vidunme deck.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Because this goes so well when I use it.
Let's sprinkle a little chaos into this, why don't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's been a little while since we saw this one.
Yeah. So I'm going to use, hold on. I'm trying to remember how it works to imprison him in the deck. Is it the prisoners of fate thing? Because
Yeah, let me look for
it
this.
doesn't say on here.
Because I'm trying to now I have to look at this magic item that this utterly busted thing that I made for you that you never use. All right, let's see. So it's not the prisoners of fate because that is the chance that a nightmare could escape anytime you are using it otherwise.
I remember we did this
Yeah.
before and it wasn't something. It's not like outlined in the
Yeah,
description.
I think
Like I could trap him in the deck, but there's a chance it will release one, or
well, yeah, I think unfortunately this was a thing where we kind of said that's how Isilda used it, but that it wasn't like one of the main mechanics. I didn't want to just give you something where a single saving throw is gonna let you dispatch anything, right? Um, I think that first of
because I'm
all,
I'm
anything
okay
that's
with
going to be
just
trapped in it needs to be sufficiently weakened.
right,
Um,
and because like if I can't trap him, I'm fine with using
yeah.
the woe effect on
So
him.
I think that that is
Trying
what
to.
you know that maybe if you get him weak enough, it will be possible. But let's just leave it there for the moment.
Okay,
Okay, so whoa, I believe you can just go ahead and declare that, right?
let's see.
Yeah.
Draw a
It.
card. Twist one of the following effects. Whoa.
Mhm. Yeah, and so you
Yeah, and then I
just
roll a
declare woe, and then you
let's
have
see,
to write after the
roll a
roll
percentile
percentile
dice.
dice. Yeah.
Here we go.
So you draw these magical cards. So the percentile does not result in a nightmare escaping, and
Whew.
so this Pillarine is going to have disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws for the next hour. That's pretty good. That is something I didn't factor in when I had totally forgotten because you never use that. All right, the little
And
purple
then
dots to remind me.
uh can I also use bardic inspiration, well, the unsettling words? Does that,
I mean, all that does is give
because
him
of the woe
disadvantage, which he
thing,
will have anyway.
right?
So I mean, it would be kind of a
Because
waste of one of the
that's,
uses of your bardic inspiration.
well, I mean, he'd still have to subtract a d12 from the next saving
Oh,
throw it
okay. Well,
makes.
so I thought it was disadvantage. Okay, well, yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
I'm definitely got I can't think of one off the top of my head, but I definitely got to
Mm-hmm.
use another your mom joke on him. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that he definitely he reacts with surprise when you do that, and he just is sort of realizing this effect that he's feeling on himself, and he looks like he might be planning to target you specifically.
imagine that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Shocking.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so that was your turn. What are you thinking right now about how all of your friends disappeared?
Um, yeah, I don't know. Everything's weird and nothing here is good. So it's
Okay.
like everything's terrible, everything's awful. The room is probably on fire. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know.
All right.
This the one guy I can see, and I know
Sure.
he's a bad guy. So
Yeah. Oh, that's for sure. Okay, so Zaleen, what about you?
Um, I am going to cast Witch Bolt at the one that is in front of
Mm-hmm.
Lynn.
I think he's gonna have half cover behind Buster from
I
where you
mean
are right now.
the machine.
Oh, on the machine. Okay.
Yep, yep,
It's still an attack roll, right?
right, yep.
Yeah. So AC 10. And then yeah, you need to do 10 damage.
Okay. Hang on. My freaking I don't know what happened.
And you're doing the left hand one. Is that the one you said?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry. I was like, wait, left what? What? 19,
Okay. Sure.
and then 22 lightning damage.
Okay. Yeah. So once again, two of the three auxiliary generators are now rendered non-functional until they can be repaired. Okay. It is now the Lord of the Pillarines' turn. Um, he is going to. Yeah, first he is going to lash out with his hand, and it appears as though like a spectral tentacle comes out of him. And the first one is going to go after Buster, and gets a 28 to hit.
That will hit.
Buster is going to receive. Roll the damage. There we go. Woo! Um, 41 psychic damage to Buster, and Buster is grappled.
Okay.
Another one lashes out towards Lynn. Oh, Buster should also. Buster and Lynn both make Wisdom saving throws. Advantage if as applicable, because to try to throw off the mind blind thing he did. Okay, so Buster's still affected.
Mm-hmm.
And then so Lynn, like the first roll was a 15, but you have advantage, right? Yeah. Okay, so 16 plus 1. Is that what it was before? Yeah. Okay, so still affected. The second tentacle that's headed towards you, Lynn, is only a 13 to hit, which I think misses. Okay, but
Misses.
but then he looks at you, and as his eyes kind of start to glow in your vision, suddenly everything else fades, and you find yourself. What it feels like is that you are being forced to think every thought you've ever thought, all at the same time. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Okay, that looks like an 8 on the die. So
Yep,
I don't
I
think
have a plus 0, so
Oops, I clicked the wrong thing. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, so could have been worse. But that is going to be 53 psychic damage, but reduced.
I'm
for you.
down.
Well, but
Oh,
cut in half.
okay.
So it's
Right.
still 26.
Okay.
Yeah,
Still up.
26 psychic damage for you. All right, and that is his turn. At this point, Buster is grappled. Oh wait, no, excuse me. He. Yeah, I think I realized with a bonus action, he is going to. Um, yeah, he poofs and like disappears and reappears over here, and Buster comes with him because he's grappled.
Buster got attacked though, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So Buster's gonna get his
Yep.
3B. It's rolled the 10.
Okay.
Oh, 18 to hit.
18 does just hit.
All right.
And then he's going to make his strength saving throw. Oh, and he fails. So he is briefly knocked prone, but he has enough movement that he stands back up.
Okay, but he did take 17 damage.
Yes. All right. He looks frustrated at that result, and so he's angry about that. So, but it is now Buster's turn.
Okay. Buster is going to go for the bite again, especially since he can't do anything else. 19 to hit.
Yep. Okay.
So does he make his
I,
saving
I'm
throw?
I'm I'm rolling the dice right now. He gets a 16. He saves.
Ah,
Hmm.
who?
Yeah.
Uh,
All
16
right.
to hit.
16 misses.
Okay.
Okay.
17 to hit.
17 also misses.
All right, both claws miss.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so that makes it Zinhorn, or rather, that makes it Zinhorn's turn. Yeah.
Okay. The spiritual weapon has 30 foot.
20 foot, you can move it.
It's not close enough to hit to disable the,
No, it can't be used to disable the third generator on this turn.
all right, so I'm going to move it over here
Mm-hmm.
and go after Laughing Boy again. And, there we go.
Okay.
24 to hit.
All right. 24 hits. Yeah.
14 points
14.
of damage.
All right.
And I need to disable this generator because it's the fate of the world versus
Okay.
my friends.
Yeah.
So I am disabling the generator.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, yeah. All three of the auxiliary generators have been disabled. Could theoretically be repaired, but not immediately. Okay, Vertigo.
I think Vertigo is moving very tentatively over so he can see the one on the other side. There's a frown crossing his face. It's you. You're the problem here. Leave. And he casts banishment
Okay.
because he's currently at disadvantage and he has the bardic inspiration
Mm-hmm.
deleterious effect on the next saving throw, which would be this one.
Yes. So what's this is a charisma
It's a
save, right?
charisma 18.
Okay. Well, he is making the roll.
As that happens and the banishment comes up,
Okay.
because it requires concentration, that will mean the intellect fortress will go down. So it's a
Okay.
risk.
All right. Well, so the with disadvantage, the result is a 20, but then we can reduce the roll the d12 to reduce it. Are you rolling? Yeah. Okay, 6. So that would make it a 14, which I believe for Vertigo's DC would be a failure. However,
But
you can see as he starts to sort of flicker as though it's going to take effect, he lets go of Buster with his sort of spectral tentacle to focus his energy. But as he does, he fights off the effect.
yeah, kind of felt that was likely to happen.
Buster's not grappled anymore, though.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
yep, there's that. But everybody's vulnerable and doomed. Yeah, I had to try it. Oh, I don't know if there's much I can do. So I think you'll just move over and try to get a little cover, I guess, behind the thing.
Okay. Lynn, you're up.
Sorry, I was petting a dog.
Hey, petting dogs is great. I think it's a very good antidote for psychic damage.
Okay, so
You,
I'm
by the way,
gonna
feel that this moderate protection you had felt from Vertigo's spell just dropped. You don't know why.
and he's not vanished, right?
No.
Nope.
You
Okay.
wouldn't have even heard that there was any of that happening.
Right.
You can see that
Uh,
he does this enemy of yours does seem to be dealing with other things in the room, but you cannot see or hear what they are.
well, I don't want to die, so I'm going to upcast healing word, I think.
Hmm?
Because yeah, I have access to cure wounds, but it's only through one of my items, I think. So I does that work? Can you upcast things that are used spells that you have because of
Um,
items?
um, it depends if you are. It depends if you are using it for like the mandolin. Then the
Hmm.
mandolin's text should tell you if you can. Because if you're using a
Okay.
charge from the item rather than your spell slot, then it is just at the standard level.
Okay. Okay. So then yeah, I'm going to use the healing word.
Okay,
Yeah, because I can't upcast it.
sure.
So I'm going to do that at we'll do it at 5th level.
Okay. So that's a bonus action, I believe. Do you have an action as
Yes.
well?
Uh, yeah, let's see. I can still see the panels, right?
Yeah.
But they're all okay, all three look like
And
they're
actually, I
disabled.
think as you look around, yeah, it does look as though all three have now been disabled.
Okay. Well, hmm. I don't know what we were supposed to do after that, so I guess I'm gonna I can't cast another spell. So Um, yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed
Okay.
to do here
All right. I
because I
mean,
can't see anybody, nothing. So
okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. All right. So you can go ahead and make another wisdom saving throw, no longer at advantage, to see if you can fight off this effect.
That it matters and it
Hmm.
won't matter. No, especially when I get a
Okay.
one.
Yeah. So I think there's a part of you, and maybe other parts of your mind reject this, but there's a part of you that's starting to be afraid that maybe there's no one left. Not just your friends in this room, but maybe no one left in the world except you and this guy.
Oh,
And and like you recognize that thought as something that seems illogical. You really have no evidence of that, but you can't quite dismiss the thought.
well,
Um,
this is terrible.
yeah. All right, Zaylene, you're up.
So we can see her, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. For from your perspective, she seems like she's acting maybe a little differently than you would expect. She kind of glances around the room and seems to look through you.
Okay, so I'm going to cast heal
Okay.
and give her 70 hit points.
Ooh. That probably feels good. And it's better. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
would think so. Okay.
Yes, much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're
Anything
welcome.
anything else for your turn?
Um. Nah, that's it.
Okay. All right. It is his turn now. Um, I think in all of your heads, he says, "You think the destruction of a few conduits will stop the destiny of this plane?" And he is attacking with his spectral tentacles again. This one's towards Buster. That's a 24 to hit
That'll hit.
for another 29 psychic damage.
Buster is in really bad shape.
And then another spectral tentacle lashes out from where he is against Lynn. And that's a 21 to hit. All right. So that is 28 psychic damage, reduced to 14 for you. So the Intellect Fortress is not giving you that resistance anymore, but you have it already for the Vidunme
Yes.
deck is what gives it to you, right?
Correct.
So 14 psychic damage. But now Lynn and Buster are both grappled again. And then
Don't
Hmm?
don't we get saving throws
For what?
being grappled?
No, because he when he hits, you are grappled.
Oh, okay.
If you want to try to break the grapple on your turn, you can you can make a check. But
Okay.
if his power is that if he hits you, you're grappled.
Got it.
And then I think with those attacks in place, all of a sudden, Buster and Lynn feel as though he is trying to extract your all of your thoughts and feelings through this grappled tentacle, and I need intelligence saving throws from both of you. So, but yeah, Buster and Lynn.
Natural 20 minus 4 is 16.
Okay.
13 total.
Yeah. So unfortunately, even with a natural 20, that -4 of 16 still fails. And then Lynn fails as well. That is another 48 psychic damage.
Buster's
24
dead.
for Lynn. Or unconscious anyway.
Okay.
Um, so Buster is enough that of a party character that he doesn't die instantly. But he is certainly unconscious, and both still grappled. And then this guy grappling both of them pops over to here. You know what? Actually, I think he's got and brings them with him like that. And that is his yeah, I think yeah, hang on, I'm also going to do something real quick. I keep hearing a buzzy noise there, but okay, let's see. All right, so that is the end of his turn there. It is Buster's turn. He needs to make a death saving throw.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I apologize. I just realized I was not rolling his attacks with disadvantage. Let me roll those again. Those tentacle attacks. So this is the second roll for against Buster. Only a 13.
That will
So
miss.
yeah.
Buster is still up.
Okay, so hang on. So the rest of this is all different then because
Okay.
and let me roll the other one. So I think yeah. Okay. So I think so he missed against Buster. So Buster did not take that the tentacle damage or the that follow-up damage. Shoot, I'm not used to just a thing that just gives my enemies like disadvantage on everything. Okay, so the second attack against Lynn though is still a 17. Okay, so everything is the same for Lynn, but Buster is not grappled, did not take the I think it was a 29 and a 48 psychic damage.
Yeah, but I lost track, but he had like 32 points of 32 hit points when he took the 48.
Okay.
So I'm just bringing him back up to 64 because I think that's roughly in the neighborhood where he
Well,
was.
okay, so if he had 32, yeah,
But
okay, that
I'm
like
not
all
I'm
right.
not
Yeah,
positive.
okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. All right. So, yeah, so in any case though, he does still teleport like this with Lynn grappled to here. Buster is not brought with him.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that is the end of his turn. So it is now Buster's turn. Um, yeah, and I think it makes sense to me that Buster would chase him, but
Yeah.
yeah,
What is Buster's movement?
he has enough movement to get over
30.
there. Mm-hmm.
10, 20, 30. Okay. Buster's not happy with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
He thought he was going to die there for a moment.
Yeah.
18 to hit.
So that would hit, but as he attempts to bite this figure, his teeth go right through him, and he needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Mm. 9.
Okay. So that's a failure. He's going to take 22 psychic damage as he passes right through what appears to be an illusion of this guy.
Buster is confused.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I have to do this other thing with disadvantage now too, for Pete's sake. No. Come on. Okay. I think several of you would realize at the point that this happens that you hear something on the far end of the room, like over here, like you hear movement there,
Where?
right? Okay, on the far end of the room.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I'm
pinging
sorry.
on the
That's
map. Okay.
yes. That was my map was too
Okay.
far
That
off the screen.
it's okay, but you know now. Okay, so that was like, I mean, in theory, Buster has the remainder of his attacks, but he
Yeah.
does not.
He's
Um,
yeah. He's like he. I think he's
so
smart enough to know that if you bite something and it's not there and it hurts, you don't bite it again.
is he? What is his intelligence?
Uh, 3.
Yeah, no.
I I mean, I feel like he would
He's,
probably.
he's right in that range of falling for illusions. Unfortunately, he
Yeah.
could
How
try to
about this?
save.
We'll roll a d20. If it's 1 through 10, he tries again.
All right. Well, it was 9, so
Okay.
he tries again.
Yeah. So, well, the 17 would miss actually. So he doesn't hurt again, but it also doesn't confirm anything either way. So he would
Right.
probably go ahead and do his remaining attack.
Yep. And he got an 18.
Okay, an 18 would hit. So let's have him make the Constitution saving throw again. Actually, I think that he only. Let's see. He might only have to take that on. Yeah. Okay. So he doesn't take the damage after the first time on a turn,
Okay.
but he does continue to try to attack and just nothing.
Got it.
All right.
All right.
So Zinhorn, it is your turn. You do hear the movement over on the other end of the room.
Ugh. Um. 1, 2, 3. I am going to breathe lightning in that direction since
Well,
it's a
I'll
15
also
foot
say
cone.
you have the dagger of blind sight still, right?
Yes, I do.
So I think, although it is invisible to your regular sight, you do see. You see through your blind sight that he appears to
Okay.
be right there.
Okay. I was planning on healing all of my friends. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Guiding bolt.
Okay.
17.
Okay. 17 misses, unfortunately. Okay. Anything else for your turn? You have the your spiritual weapon is close
My
enough.
spiritual weapon is close enough.
Mhm.
No, it's not. Oh, yeah, it is.
It is, yeah.
Just barely.
Uh huh.
All right. And I'm going to miss with that too.
Okay, 11 misses. All right. Vertigo.
Ah, I think uh,
He is still invisible, and I think anyone with a passive perception of less than 14 would not know where he went. I
no.
mean, you might see Zinhorn kind of over in the other direction, but you don't see what he would be looking at.
I think for survivability's sake, he'll step aside. Can he see Lynn from there
Uh,
or from where he was, or is
I
that going to be
think, yeah, maybe just barely.
okay?
Kind of past,
Um,
past Buster.
but I think that's close enough. Oof, just barely.
Mm-hmm.
To spend my 7th level spell on a intellect fortress. This time it will encompass
Uh-huh.
Buster
Okay.
as well.
All right. So, uh, then it is that, and that's your turn, right? Anything else on your turn?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, but everyone feels that mental protection come back up. Lynn.
So wait, I'm
So
so he was an
yeah,
illusion put me
yeah.
in this room.
You're well. No, you're a little confused as to what happened. What from your perspective, what you experienced is he hit you with the grabbed you with the tentacle. You felt yourself be teleported, and then the tentacle released, and you thought that he was still right there, but then Buster just his jaws went right through him.
Hmm. Okay,
So you are not currently still grappled.
but I can't see
But
him.
you cannot see where he really is. You still see the illusion that Buster tried to eat.
What if I use my magic eyeballs?
He's not in range of that.
Well, but I can see through the illusion, right?
Yes, I mean
Okay,
you saw Buster just try to
right.
bite right through him, so you know that that's an illusion.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how that like affect because there's that whole like all I can see is him. So I'm just
Yeah,
wondering how that.
you still see the illusion. Oh, so yeah,
Hmm.
I guess you would not have seen Buster bite through him as an illusion.
Yeah.
However, yeah, he is you still see him right here essentially.
Okay. Um.
I'm
Hmm.
gonna put this one as a little
Oh, you know what?
a yellow dot to indicate that's
I
the illusion one.
what if I use Dimension Door?
No, I mean tell me.
Because that I'm not grappled, right? Is that what you said?
Correct. Right now, not
Correct.
grappled.
Okay. Hmm. Can't see anybody else, so like. Okay. Yeah. I don't.
Hmm?
I'm hesitant to like. Normally, I'd fire a spell at him, but.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think as we just established, because you couldn't see Buster trying to bite and going through him, I don't think you would have automatically realized he's an illusion.
Right. Um. What does? Hold on. What does True Sight do?
I mean, True Sight would certainly let you see that it's an illusion if you activated it. But I think we've
Mm-hmm.
said in the past it does require some action to use in combat, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to use that because I can't do anything else really.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna use my True
Okay.
Sight just because my friends
Mm-hmm.
disappeared and
Yep.
like stuff. So yeah,
Oh, all right.
I'm doing that.
Cool. So you see that the one that's in front of you there is an illusion, and I think actually with that you suddenly realize, although they're kind of hazy and faint as though they're partially obscured somehow, I think beyond this obvious illusion, I think you see Buster. And your range is what, 30 feet?
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Within 30 feet, I think you can see where your friends are. Although it's clear, like when you can sense that there's an illusion, but you still kind of see it. You can see that it's effectively like an illusion that's blocking the others from you. You still
Okay.
can't hear them, but you do see them. The
Right.
ones that are within 30 feet, which would just be Buster and Vertigo right now.
I'm trying to decide if protection from evil and good is going to have any effect here. Target can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them.
By it's like fae, fiends, and undead, right?
Yeah, aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
I think you're not sure. It's not a guaranteed no, but you don't really know what this guy's deal is exactly.
Yeah. So, and I don't see him. Buster would probably be blocking my way, so
No.
I
Well, and
wouldn't
he's
see him
invisible
anyway.
anyway. You wouldn't see him regardless. Not the real him. He would.
Well,
There's like 5 different reasons you wouldn't see him right now.
right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So that's it then.
Okay. You can make your wisdom saving throw at advantage again to try to shake off that mind blind. But then it's Zalene's turn.
I'm going to cast Mirror Image.
Okay.
Like I
Um,
literally cannot roll high enough to do this.
Okay.
Like,
Well,
it's-
so what is the total with an 18? Well, what's the total with an
I
18?
don't have a modifier. I'm a 0.
Oh, okay. Well, unfortunately, then yeah, it's you need a 19. Okay, so mirror image on Zalene.
yep. So
Okay.
there's 3 of them now.
Yeah, I put the little symbol on you rather than duplicating your token, but
That's okay.
all right, cool. It is his turn now. He is still invisible. So he is moving up here, and first there's going to be this. He's going to be making these attacks without disadvantage because he's invisible, so it counteracts.
But he can see him.
But I can see him.
Well, okay, but you're assuming that I'm definitely rolling the attack against Zinhorn when I'm not
Okay.
necessarily. But you are correct that against Zinhorn can see him. So yes. It would be disadvantage against Zinhorn, but I was going to attack both him and Zalene. So it's an 18 to hit against Zinhorn.
That will miss.
It's a 16 to hit against Zalene.
You have to roll against the duplicate.
Oh, yeah. So what am I rolling?
You must roll an 8 or higher.
On a d20?
So you have to roll a 6 or higher to change. No, wait.
Okay.
I'm reading. Sorry. First time I ever used this.
Okay. But I'm just rolling a d20, right?
Yeah,
Okay, well that's what I was asking.
I think so, yeah.
I rolled a 4.
Yeah, to determine whether the attack instead targets one of my duplicates.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I rolled a 4.
I wonder what that means.
Okay, I'm okay.
Do you have 3?
You must roll a
So-
6 or higher to change the attacks. Okay, so no. Okay, here's what's
So it-
confusing: is you roll 6 or higher.
Oh.
So when I rolled, so you want it to be high, right? You don't want mine to be high. So, you're supposed to roll. So you roll a d20. Okay, so what? Yeah, what is it?
A 4.
Okay, so unfortunately, he does hit you.
Yeah.
He does hit you with the this spectral tentacle, and you're going to take. For Pete's sake, roll the damage. It's being just very slow right now. Okay, so it's going to do 28 psychic damage, halved, so 14 psychic damage for you, but you are grappled. And then I think, um, then I need you to make an intelligence saving throw with disadvantage, or with not with disadvantage, but with advantage.
Okay. So 18.
Okay, and 18 fails.
Okay.
So that is going to be another 50 psychic damage, halved, so 25.
Okay.
But you are still grappled, and he is poof. Uh, he teleports over here again, and then finally turns visible again.
Okay.
Okay, and that is his turn. Okay, it is Buster's turn. Um,
Okay.
I think that I will allow. We can roll another d20 to see if he's figured out the problem with this one, the
Okay.
illusion one. Oh no, excuse me. The illusion has disappeared now that he turned back visible. Okay, so that one
Okay.
disappeared. So he would probably be aware of the one that has replaced, but he's going to have half cover against Buster from where he is right now because he's around the corner of the machine and he's got Zaleen in between.
Right. So what does half cover
It means that he has an
mean?
extra 2 to his AC.
Okay.
So you still just attack, but you're going to have to hit a higher number.
Okay.
14's not going to do it.
19.
A 19 does hit. Oh, wait, no, excuse me. A 19 doesn't hit with the half cover.
Okay. I'm rolling so horribly tonight. Nope. None of his attacks hit.
Okay. Unfortunately, no. He's kind of using Zaleen as a as an elven shield for the moment.
Oh,
Okay. Zinorn.
okay. Um. Uh. And I make it to, that's 10, 20, 30. Lynn is within 30 range.
Mm-hmm.
I am casting uh, mass healing word. Everybody.
Okay.
Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry. That is not what I'm casting. I'm
Okay.
casting um, mass cure wounds,
Okay.
which should be able to give us more hit points back.
Yep. It sure does.
Everybody gets 40 points.
All right. Good. Okay. That is your action.
That is my
And you
action.
use movement.
Yep, and my spiritual weapon is too far away.
Yep.
So I bring it a little bit closer. Let me get Buster his hit points.
Okay. Vertigo. What's your next step here?
Not a clue. I think can Vertigo move kind of there and get a clear shot?
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm.
I think oh no, that's not gonna matter. I think it's just a straight up firebolt then.
Okay. Yep.
Oh, that might actually hit.
24. Yeah.
For 12 points of fire damage.
Okay. Yeah, that definitely hits him. He doesn't like it.
And that's it.
Okay.
Well, actually, I will continue to move to get my
All
own
right.
kind of cover.
Okay. Lynn.
Let's see. It's kind of all
Make a perception check, Lynn.
see if it'll let me. Perception. 16.
Yeah. I mean, you're still just really struggling with this, even with the true sight kind of revealing to you what's happening is that psychically you're being blinded against anyone but this enemy, but you're still struggling to detect anything beyond that ability. So, go ahead and do the rest of your turn.
See, everybody is kind of blocking him, so I don't really have a shot.
Mm.
Um, I guess he's probably good at those. Wisdom, intelligence.
Mm.
Where is? Don't have a shot at him. Hmm. I no, because he'll break that too. That's too easy. Got a whole lot of nothing right now.
Mm.
Actually, hmm. I know what I can do, maybe. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Settling word count. Okay, so let's see. As an action you can perform until the end of the turn. During that time, you know any friendly creatures within 30 feet that can hear me. Okay, I'm going to use counter charm. It gives everybody advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed.
Okay.
It's literally the only thing I can think of right now that's
Sure.
even remotely of
You know what?
any help. So
Who knows?
yeah.
You never know.
So yeah,
All right.
anybody within 30 feet of me. And I will just do that till my next turn.
Okay. What does that sound like? What does that look like? Because you're
Um,
singing to your friends, kind of having to believe that they're there, even though you can't really see them.
right. So I think for that I am probably let me scroll through my songs here real fast. Um my initial inclination is Heroes of Legend. Are we?
Okay.
Um yeah, so probably singing that one.
Okay.
Um I don't
Nice.
know. I haven't done that for a while, have I?
Sure. No.
Y'all
Sure.
want me
Yeah.
to?
Always.
Okay. Oh, heroes of legend are we, though the stories name few. It was you, it was me. Through hope and fear, we have beat back the darkness. A legion of heroes of legend are we. So yeah, singing that song for my turn.
Okay.
I hear you.
I believe
Yeah.
you were there.
Mm-hmm. Well, they were able to hear you the whole time. So Zaleen, it is your turn. You are still grappled by this psionic tentacle, and it feels like it's trying to drain you, and you feel like whatever that was, it's still happening.
Could I try to slice the tentacle off with my shade blade?
Unfortunately, it seems like this is a force choke situation. There is no, like it's like there's nothing.
Invisible.
Yeah. So like it's you can kind of see that it's happening, but there's no substance to it anywhere. But like it's grabbing you somehow like by the mind, really. But like physically, there's nothing to attack.
Okay.
However,
So
you can still try to break the grapple in the standard ways.
is um he is physically right next to me though,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Bestow Curse.
Okay.
So he needs to make a Wisdom 18.
Okay. So the first one, so that's a 13. So it looks like he fails that.
Okay, so while he is cursed, I am going to. He has disadvantage on ability checks that require intelligence.
Okay.
He also has disadvantage on attack rolls against me.
I mean, he kind of has all of those things already, but yeah, he would have
Well,
them for
it
new
makes me
reasons.
feel better.
Sure.
um, he also must make a wisdom saving throw at the start of his turn. If he fails, he wastes his action. That
Oh,
turn doing nothing.
okay. Yeah.
Um, and while the target is cursed, my attacks and spells deal an extra 1d8 necrotic damage.
Nice. That's pretty good. So, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. There's a reason that I told you that this draining felt like it was still happening. If the target fails the saving throw and doesn't escape the grapple by the end of their next turn, they must choose one of the following effects. So either your proficiency bonus drops to 0, you can't form new thoughts or speak, and you have disadvantage on all ability checks, attack rolls, and saving throws. And he gets a bonus to all of his damage rolls because he has like drained your consciousness partially. Or you are charmed by him for an hour and he can give you telepathic commands which you will have to do your best to obey, and you can try repeating the saving throw every time you take damage. You have to choose one of those two things.
I don't think I could choose the second one because um I have charm.
That would mean that you would make the saving throw with advantage. It does not make you immune to charm, it makes you resistant to charm.
Okay.
And you would
All
have
right.
advantage for this is where the counter charm might help too. So in some ways, even though that could be more damaging immediately, it could potentially be fixed easier. But you have
Yeah,
to pick one or the other.
I will go with I'll be charmed.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yes, so you realize as you finish your turn and you do that bestow curse, um, uh, that bestow curse is concentration, right?
Yep.
He says, "Release your concentration and attack your friends." It does not require any action on his part to say that. However, I think I will allow that you can't drop it not on your turn, right? So like
Right.
it's still in effect until it's your turn. But yes, he says that to you, and right now you realize, well, obviously, how could you have all gotten this so wrong?
Right.
Because the pillar comes from a being greater than any of you, right? The Titans surrendered their grip on this world so that mortals could try. And what did mortals accomplish? Nothing.
Nothing.
Defilement. Worse than if they had never existed. And at this point, despite their best efforts, the best efforts have been vastly inferior, and there's nothing to it, nothing for it, except to just release the pillar to be free once again so that it may be taken up by its owner. Yeah, so that's, you suddenly realize, oh, yeah, he's just trying to help. Your friends are making a terrible mistake. So on his turn, he, let's see. He is going to use No, he's not going to do that yet. So I think at this point he is going to lash out with his spectral tentacles now against Buster and against Zinhorn. They're both with the disadvantage because of stuff. Okay, well, so against Buster it would have been a crit, but it's a 24 instead.
That'll hit.
Yeah. That's going to be 39 psychic damage. And he is grappled once again.
And
Half
he
of that.
gets
Oh, yes, correct. It's half. It is. So it would be
19.
19.
And he gets his attack.
Yes, but it's
Because,
still got around the partial
Yep.
cover. Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Okay. And then the one against Zinhorn failed because it would be a 13 to hit.
Okay.
But then he is going to glare at Buster, and psychic waves rush out from his eyes. And I need an intelligence saving throw from Buster. He does get advantage.
Okay. The first was an 8. And the second one was a 6.
Okay. So that is going to be another 19 psychic damage. That is already halved. It would be 38. So 19 is the right amount.
Buster is not doing well.
And then he is going to. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Yeah. He has released the so it's only Buster that's grappled right now. But he is going to poof to as far as he can see, which is to here, and then he's brought Buster with him there, and so he has reappeared where he had been, Lynn, and I think all of the rest of you are watching him like move away. All right, that is his turn. It is Buster's turn. Buster is grappled by the thing, and so as just happened with Zaylene, he's at hazard of having another effect if he does not break the grapple. But I think that's not how he would probably react to it. He does not typically try to
No.
break the grapple, right?
No, he does not. He
Yeah.
typically attacks.
So he can certainly still do that. He doesn't have the half cover anymore.
Okay. Maybe this stupid thing will not hit again.
Unfortunately, no. With 14, it's not going to hit.
19.
A 19 hits for sure. 19 slashing damage. This thing is starting to look like it's showing a little wear. He's bloodied. But then a critical fail.
Thing just hates me tonight.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay, so as he finishes his round of attacks, I will let you choose on his behalf. In some respects, a lot of this stuff is, would already kind of be beyond Buster, but like proficiency bonus drops to 0 kind of doesn't make sense for him. But I think what we would be doing is saying that every die he rolls would have to have 5 subtracted from it.
Okay.
And then he will be extremely disoriented, dazed, so to speak, and our bad guy here gets an extra 5 to damage rolls, or Buster is charmed.
I think he's going to take the -5 on the rolls.
Okay. All right. Zinhorn, it is your turn. Just as a check-in with everyone, we are past our normal starting time, But do you want to like finish this round? Do you want to try to finish this combat? How do you want to proceed? I'm good with whatever you want to do.
Well, Jenny's got to get up early.
That's
Yeah,
true.
so I think just this
Okay.
round.
Let's finish this round, and then we'll have to leave it as a cliffhanger. Okay, great.
All right.
So, Zinhorn, your turn.
Okay. Come on. It's 10. That's
Hey,
close
Zaleen,
enough.
you got attacks of opportunity? Or if Zinhorn is not moving out of your range, then you wouldn't make it. Never mind. I thought you were going to move all the way to
He's
him.
totally gonna
Oh.
whack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Actually, you know, well, you know what? It's fine. I think you will realize, though, as you sort of try to push past Zaleen, though, Zinhorn, you realize that she's not looking at you the same.
Oh. Okay. I am going to cast Guiding Bolt at this guy and
All
hope
right.
that all of us get a better chance to attack him next time.
Mm-hmm.
It's only second level because that's all I got. 19.
Okay, a 19 does hit. Put a little pink dot on him for being sparkly. And that's 20 radiant damage. All right. Yeah, he's definitely bloodied now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is that the end of your turn? You move the spiritual weapon, looks like, yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I'm gonna yell out to Buster to hide.
Okay. Buster is currently still grappled.
Okay.
Yep. But you can yell that command out for sure.
Yep.
Make an animal handling roll at disadvantage. Because Buster is really feeling like disoriented and not himself. He's lost some of his language.
$27.
That's with disadvantage?
That is with disadvantage. I have
Okay.
plus 14 on
All
animal
right.
handling.
Great. Okay. Good deal. So, yeah, you think that'll still work. Vertigo, it is your turn.
Okay. Desperate measures, impossible odds. These are magical energy generators, right? That's the premise was they were
Yeah.
okay. Then let's do something stupid. He will walk over to where the open wires are
Uh-huh.
with his left hand, reach up, crank the dial all the way up, and try to siphon the energy that's coming off the wires that are broken beneath him. Don't know if it'll do anything good. It might just kill him. But at this point, that's about all I can come up with. He has been studying magical energies of 3 different forms: the chaos
Yeah,
magic,
yeah.
the Denetherian magic, and standard magic. So it has been something thematic, at least.
Yes. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Well, that's not going to go well. I don't think I have anything that'll help me there. So let's just do the straight up die roll +1. That's an 11.
Okay. You're gonna take some lightning damage.
That's okay. His
Actually,
shield's fully formed at this point, so I don't know if that helps.
Yeah. So let me. I think you're gonna take 20 lightning damage.
Question: is that absorbed by the arcane ward, which is around him?
I think
normally that
not,
does.
because you've
Okay.
deliberately tried to tap into it, right? You
Okay.
kind of, in order for it to, for you to absorb it, you kind of have to let it in, right?
Okay.
But you feel suffused with power that you're not sure you can control, and we will resolve that when we come back.
I have one roll to make.
Okay.
I have to do a saving throw to see if I have concentration still.
Okay, yeah.
Otherwise, the intellect fortress goes down, and we all suffer even more. So we do.
You do?
We all suffer more because the intellect fortress goes
the
down.
intellect fortress does go down. Okay. All right. Well, but I think Zinhorn, as you feel that protection fade, you look over at Vertigo, and his eyes are glowing. Carolina, your turn.
Yeah. So, if I wanted to use freezing spears, do I have to back up because it does not
Um,
say?
Your attack will be at disadvantage unless you are more than 5 feet away.
Okay.
You can do that if you want. He will get an opportunity. Well, you know what? Actually, his range is 15 feet, so you don't get an opportunity. He does not get an opportunity attack so long as you stay within 15 feet.
Which I think I'm gonna do because I'm
Mhm.
gonna back up
Yeah.
just a little
The first
bit.
one will have advantage because of the guiding bolt.
Great.
Hmm?
Okay. So, and I'm going to upcast it at fourth level.
Mm-hmm.
And okay. Oh, are you serious? Okay. It's going to actually roll this time. So the
Okay,
first
look at that.
one.
26 will hit.
Okay. And then let's see. How many am I doing here?
You guys need. I don't know these things.
I
Carter.
know, I know, I
Yeah.
know, I know.
Okay.
Okay, additional spears. So I'm doing 5 total. Okay.
Okay.
I just had to look.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. First one
That one
hits.
does not hit.
Second one misses. Third one
3
misses.
left. 2 left.
Fourth one hits. Fifth one
Mm.
misses. So 2 hits. Okay.
Man, I was really hoping for
7
better.
for
Oh,
one and 2 for
that's
the
terrible.
other. Okay. Well, you know,
But
they do hit him.
his movement speed is reduced by 5 feet and it stacks. So
Mm-hmm.
2 hits, so
Yep.
10 feet.
All right. Great. Zaleen, it is your turn. I think as he asked you to drop the concentration on the spell and to attack your friends.
Yep. So I am going to make an attack against Zinhorn with the Shade Blade.
Hmm.
22.
That'll hit.
Okay. Yep.
How bad does Zinhorn look?
Zinhorn's at full.
Yeah. He's not been taking any attacks really. I mean, he's
5.
got missed a couple of times. 5? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah, 5.
Okay.
5 points of necrotic damage.
All right. Yeah, so Zinhorn, Zaleen just stabbed you in the back with a sword.
Zinhorn looks over at her and goes, "What?"
Mm-hmm. Um, all right. It is the Lord of the Pillarines' turn, and what does he do? He is going to, he's already got Buster grappled. He's going to attack with a tentacle against Lynn. Did it roll? Okay. 15 to hit. Does that hit you, Lynn?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. So that's
It
gonna
meets it. So
yeah.
shit, because I
So
didn't have my shield up.
yeah.
Idiot.
Well, so it would be 39 psychic damage, but instead it's 19. But you are grappled now. And then doesn't yeah. And then he also is going to make. Yeah, Nedry's out of range, but Zinhorn is not. And
I have a
so
question.
yeah.
Do I get to make another Wisdom saving throw at the end of my turn, or is that on his turn? Or
No, you make it when you take damage.
oh, that's right. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
sorry.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean it's a good question, but that's the answer is
Yeah,
that you make it when
I
you take
forgot.
damage. Yeah. So then I think he does not target his other tentacle attack at Zinhorn because Zinhorn is being a pain in the butt. He's hard to hit. So what he actually does is he draws a device and he points it at Vertigo, and rolls that to hit instead. But he has to still roll it at disadvantage. And you're lucky that one of those was a crit, but the other is just a 14. Does a 14 hit you, Vertigo?
That's a miss.
Okay. So whatever that was, missed. But then he has both Buster and Lynn grappled, and so they need to both make intelligence saving throws with advantage. Oh, Lynn, also make a wisdom saving throw with advantage for your mind blind.
They aren't at advantage anymore because that dropped.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. But still make the one at least. Okay. Was that the wisdom or the intelligence? Okay.
That was the wisdom.
All right. So still mind blind.
No.
Okay.
That's a 2 total.
Yeah,
for the
I'm not sure
intelligence.
that Buster can roll high enough either for that. So there's going.
He can't.
Yeah. Oh wow, that was a high roll. So it would be. Oh shoot, and also, you're not resistant. So Lynn is still resistant to psychic damage. Buster is not. It's 59 psychic damage.
Buster is down.
All right. So Lynn is going to take 29. All right. And then, yeah. And so I think at this point, what I'll say is you watch as Buster whines piteously and collapses, and then Lynn screams in pain as well, and Vertigo. Zinhorn, you are like distracted by Zaleen having just stabbed you in the back. Vertigo, you are feeling this power coursing through you. You're not sure what you can do with it. You're not sure you can control it. But as you are looking past this guy, what you are also seeing in the next room, past Buster's unconscious form, past Lynn's grappled form, you see that there are other Pillarines working on starting the main power generator back up. And that's where we're going to leave it for right now. We will have to leave it as a cliffhanger. What will become of the pocket protectors? Will they succeed in completely shutting down this super weapon? Will they defeat the Lord of the Pillarines? We will have to find out when we return for more adventure on so many levels. Alas,
So
So,
many levels
so,
of us dying.
it won't be next week. It will have to be the following week because we won't have any game next week. But we will be back. So good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Have fun storming the castle.